So we're here on day 3. There's Stefano, we're playing him next. We're here, there's Stefano, we're playing that man next. We're currently leading by 3 VPs. I'll just show you if I can find it. Oops, wandering around. Do my thing, yeah. Currently leading by 3 VPs. We've had 5 wins and a loss. And if I just go to the rolling scores, if you can see, there we go, top there. So we're 91, averaging about 15, but like any big loss, and you're probably out of it, you probably need about like maybe 40 to 50 VPs from here to win it, maybe 45 as an average. In general, if you average like 14 VPs a match, you're probably in with a shot of having a score that's good enough to win it. So that's our aim. Means you can afford to lose one a medium as long as you win your last 2 big, and you might still make it. But you might then need the people who beat you to lose another match. So obviously if you lose a match, it's out of your hands. We'll do what we can. Here's one of the former leaders of the event.
Hello, very much former leader.
That is one of the Allens. I can't remember which one. I'm playing with him in the Premier Life Masters, so we're going to do that later. So that's the state of play. We've got 3 more matches today, and then we're going to a nice Italian place that I've been to before. Alan, where's Alan now?
Oh, we dropped a little.
Dropped a little. Still in top 10?
3 small losses.
Today?
Yeah. But,
oh, there you are.
Recovery 12th.
He's still 15 above average, and he's lost 3 matches today. That's how good a score he had last night. He was like 5 VPs ahead of everyone else. Yes, last night, something like that anyway. So here we are in Harrogate. I can just show you the room. Nice hotel, nice high ceilings. I think it's nice, fairly cool, although it can be hot in places. The aircon's good, and other people are complaining it's too warm, but that's the life at a bridge event, I think. We're doing what we can. We've had not necessarily an easy run of it. We've played some, good pairs. We've got another good pair to come, and in theory, anyone you play from this stage, if you are where we are, is going to be decent because they've won most of their matches, you'd think. So hopefully I get enough hands to have a whole video out of this. Otherwise this might get tagged onto the previous one, but that's the aim. I don't actually know if numbers are up from last year. It feels like it's about the same. We've got 35 tables, so 70 pairs. I might have to check what it was last time. And we're going for dinner. Oh, go for it. Going out for dinner with Rob and Julia. That should be nice. Seems to be in everyone's way. I'm just going to turn this off, sit down and win our first match. Yeah. So we just lost to Stefano, and I feel it's slightly hard done by. We lost 15-5, and they had a complete misunderstanding to 6 spades, which on the way, one hand thought he'd shown 5-5 in the majors, and the other hand just had a weekend with 6 spades. And so the other hand kept correcting back to hearts, and the end ended up getting 6 spades. And it's a bit of a hindsight thing. Gizzy could have doubled 6 hearts. He has king jack to 5. I actually need to lead a heart to beat it. But obviously, I know Dummy's got hearts because they keep bidding hearts. And Dummy had shown like a 23-24 balanced hand. So I haven't really got. I've only got 1 shot to lead it. I led a doubleton club through the strong hand, but I have to lead a tripleton heart through the strong hand, or doubleton heart, I think. Yeah, I led the wrong doubleton, but they've bid hearts, so I thought a club was the better lead. And Gizzy's just there going, oh well, if their wheels have come off, they're clearly not slamming. I'll just pass, And I think that's a fair thing. But then when you need a heart lead to beat it, it feels a bit unlucky. They said sorry at the end. They meant it. Or at least the one guy who said sorry, I think, meant it. So there's not much you can do. So anyway, on the very last board of the set, where we're losing, I think we've only got 1 good board up to this point. I had a couple of dodgy leads against 3N. Gizzy could have doubled to make my lead easier, but it's not clear for him to do that. This board, I'm just going to show the north-south hands. We were one of only 2 pairs out of 35 pairs to bid 7 anything. Gizzy and I bid to 7 clubs. Fairly simple auction. There's a couple of things you need to talk about if you have this auction. So I'm just going to explain the bids in the auction because obviously it matters. And we were on the same wavelength, which is good. It goes a spade, 2 hearts. So we're in a game forcing sequence anyway. And then south in the picture has got to decide what to do now. Well, they're 5-5 in the blacks. And they've got extras, so they bid 3 clubs, and you've got to agree with your partner in a 2-over-1 auction what bids show extras. I think it's useful to have bids to show extras. You can't just always just bid your shape. Oh, we're game forcing, I can bid what I want. Well, it makes it difficult for partner to guess the level you need to be playing at. So we play reverses at the 2 level, don't show extras, they're just shaping out, and reverses at the 3 level do. So I know Gizzy's got extras here, so I know I'm already slamming, but I don't know where we're slamming in. So basically I bid 3 diamonds thinking I don't know what suit we're slamming in. If I want to insist on hearts, I can bid 3 hearts. If I want to suggest spades, I will bid 3 spades, but I want to see what Gizzy does. And over 3 diamonds, Gizzy bids 4 clubs, which is a great bid. He didn't bid 3N with his diamonds top, he bid 4 clubs. Now over this, I think 4 diamonds and 4 hearts are both Q-bids of green clubs. And thankfully so did Gizzy. So when I was able to bid 4 hearts, denying a diamond control, but still showing some interest, Gizzy knows I must have some suitable cards in clubs. And likely I've only got 3 clubs because I haven't raised clubs straight away. So talk about that with your partner, what bid show what. Over 4 clubs, I think 4N by me is to play. But I think Gizzy's put thumbs up. But I think by me is to play, but better than bidding 3N over 3 clubs. So I think it's like a 15, 16 count-ish with a bit of a misfit, but, you know, a good diamond stop, that sort of thing. So we were on the completely same wavelength over this. Gizzy's allowed to do key card. I show them all. Gizzy says, have you got any extras? Which maybe you can just bid 7 anyway, because I don't need much else, do I? What do I need? Queen of Hearts. And I don't even need the Queen of Hearts for play to be there. I need Queen of Spades, Queen of Hearts, enough clubs to rough the spades out, blah, 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 blah. There's so many ways that 7 clubs is making. So I think what you probably should do from a purely theoretical point of view is you should ask partner if they've got extras, and when partner jumps to 7 clubs like I did, you should correct to 7N. That might be the best way to get to 7N. I'm not sure how we get there otherwise. But when Gizzy says, have you got extras? And I said, yeah, I do. And I think he's fairly certain I don't have proper club length. What can my extras be? My extras normally could be extra roughing value, but I don't have that. I haven't got a singleton diamond. So what my extras must be values in the majors, because something like the Queen of Diamonds isn't going to be worth anything. So extra values in the majors, I've either got the Queen of Hearts or the Queen of Spades. I happen to have both, which is why I bid it. Maybe there's an argument for bidding 7N, but there was only one other pair in the room. They were also in 7 clubs, so we did get like a 98% board, which is going to stay like that. But we've lost the match, so we are now, we're going to try and win the last 2, and we are beholden to our other opponents trying to beat the leaders now, which also happened earlier when we lost to the leaders. We needed someone to beat them, and they did. We've lost to the now leaders, and hopefully someone can beat them for us. Hopefully, fingers crossed. This was a hand we played against Stefano and Stephen. Now, I've got the bidding wrong because I didn't respond to spade. I think I responded a heart, and West bid 2 hearts, and then Gizzy did a takeout double, and we got to 2 spades. So we're in 2 spades on the ace of hearts lead, and West has shown 6 good hearts, we think, or 7. And we're here in 2 spades, and they lead the ace of hearts, and we've got small, encourage, small, so East is encouraged, and they play another heart. So why is East encouraged? Well, maybe it's a singleton, maybe it's Queen X, we don't quite know. If it's a singleton, I don't really want to rough high here, because we're probably going to have to rough the next high as well, and that's not really a route we want to go down. So we rough low, and if we get over rough, there's not much we can do. And East plays the Queen. Okay, so we're pretty confident in how the hearts are lying, that West has got Ace King to 6, and East has got Queen X, and we've got to think to ourselves, why has West played a second heart rather than maybe switching to trumps or something? If they had trump length, they would probably play another trump, because the danger in playing hearts is if my spades were better, if I've got Queen Jack 10 to 4 or something, I get to rough all my hearts in dummy. I get to rough a low heart and then a heart with the king and a heart with the ace, and I can draw trumps. So playing another heart is dangerous if trumps are breaking, because if trumps are breaking, they can switch to trumps and stop me roughing several hearts in dummy. So why wouldn't they switch to trumps? Well, it probably means trumps aren't breaking. I think that's a good conclusion to come to when they play another heart of trick 2. So I don't think at this point we're going to play spades. If you play spade, 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 expecting them to break, and they don't, you're actually coming to the point where you might even go off. So it's probably not a contract you want to go off in. We've had 4 bad boards, might as well have a 5th one, I suppose. But we decide at trick 3 that we don't really want to play a spade. We don't want to play a club because we want to take the club finesse. So we're just going to play a diamond, least of options. And when you play a diamond to the 8 here, sometimes you obfuscate the matter. You think, well, why is he playing on diamonds? Okay, must have this and this and this. And you don't have that. You're just doing it because you don't want to do anything else. And so we play a diamonds to the 8 and 10. And West ponders a bit and plays a third heart. So we're pretty sure of how the hearts are lying here. What do we want to do with this heart? Well, this pretty much confirms, I think, that spades are 4-1. So if we rough with the 8, we're going to get over roughed. There's the 9 and the jack out. And if you rough high, there's a danger that you lose control of the hand a bit. Again, you're in the wrong hand to take the club finesse. You don't really want to play a diamond to the ace because that sets up some diamond tricks for the defence. So what do I do here? Well, if trumps are 4-1, I'm probably going to lose a trump anyway. So let's lose it now. And I just discarded a diamond. Now what's East do? Well, East thought for about 30 seconds and also discarded a diamond. What does that tell you? Well, that tells you that trumps are 4-1, I think. There was no reason for East not to rough this unless he thinks he's got a trump trick anyway. And what trump trick anyway could he have? Well, something like jack to 4 spades. And again, for various reasons, the defence is trying to make it difficult for me to play my fit. And if East roughs in again, I can just draw trumps and impunity then later and then take some club finesses or whatever. So East doesn't rough, but the speed in which he didn't rough tells me he's got 4 spades. So what we can do now is we can win the heart. We can play the jack of hearts and rough it high, and East pitches a club now, so they pitch 1 on each minor. And we can now hopefully pick the spades up. If we've read the situation right, we're going to pick the spades up. So we're going to go king of spades, small, small, 9. 8 of spades, small. Now we could run the 8, but we want to be in a hand to play the club finesse. If East has jack, 7, 5 of spades left, you could run the 8 and then try and get some sort of trump coup going. But again, you don't really want to be playing off the north hand. So I decided to play the 10 here, and that wins. And now we're in a position to take the club finesse into the hand that can't play in the heart, and into the hand, into a hand where we still got the ace of diamonds to stop any sort of diamond shenanigans. So we play queen of clubs, and it gets covered, ace, small. And now what do we do? Well, East has got a trump trick to come. We are up to 6 tricks. We've got the ace of diamonds is 7, the queen of spades is 8, the jack of clubs is 9. This is where Steve did something a bit stupid. I played a diamond to the ace and king, and now you pretty much got the whole hand now. If West had king, queen, 10 of diamonds, they would have probably led or switched to a diamond at some point, probably, rather than doing this risky heart position. So I played the queen of spades, and West throws their last heart away. I throw a diamond away, and East follows. Now what do we do? Well, practical Steve would play a club to the jack and rough a club. Because that gets you 10 tricks. In fact, that would be practical Steve, because as long as East follows the jack of clubs, you can then play a club off dummy, and East got the last spade, you effectively elope your spade. So practical Steve would have played a club to the jack. But Steve, who's got a count of the hand, took a club finesse. I took a practice club finesse here because I was so sure of what was going on. I didn't even consider playing a club to the jack and roughing a club. And a club to the 9 holds. You know West's original shape is 1-6-2-3. So 1-6-2-4. It's very likely they've got king 10 to 4 clubs. They've kept all their clubs. And East threw a club away, which they might not have done from 3 to the 10. And now we can play the jack of clubs. East roughs this, and we make our last spade at the end. So... yeah, again, I read the hand well, and it's, sometimes you're in the zone and you don't spot a more obvious line then. So practice finesses are good as long as they work. Don't do what I do sometimes. But against good players, you can be pretty certain what they're doing when they're defending. And reading the defense allowed me to make 10, which was a pretty good board at the time.
So we just played Jason Hackett and John Sansom. Nice match as always. I think mistakes were made throughout the match, both ways round, and we've got, as it stands, a small win, 12-8. I think that paid any shot of either of us winning the event. They basically gave us a good board with 2 boards to go, and then we gave it back. So basically, when they gave us a good board, they were out of winning the event. And then when we gave it back, I think we were too. I think if we save a trick on the last board, maybe we get 14 or 15, and then we might be in with the shot with results going away. But yeah, you kind of want to be on table 1 in the last match, playing the pair nearest you, whichever way round you're sat. So we're not going to be in that spot. We're probably going to be on table 3 because a lot of the people at the top have played each other now. I had this hand, ace, queen fourth, ace fifth, ace queen X, singleton, and partner opens a strong no trump. Ooh. So already you're thinking of slam. There's 2 to 3 suits you can try and find a fit in. You're very controlly. You'd like to find a fit in a suit and you'd like to play in a suit, but even then, if partner's not minimum, you might have 6N on. So how do you show this hand with your partner? Most people play something called Smolin, and that is you effectively bid stamen, and when partner denies, you jump to 3 of a major to show 5-4 in the major and the minor. 5-4 in the majors, and the way most people play Smolin over a strong no trump is that my hand, the hand that's responding, jumps to their 4 card suit, and which basically says I've got 5 in the major and a game forcing hand. So the intention with this hand is to bid 2 clubs. If partner responds in a major, you split into an end-bid key card or something. If partner responds in a major, I'm not stopping below key card. But without a fit, it's not necessarily clear. I think the aim is probably to do some sort of show Smolin and then bid a quantitative 4N if he doesn't have a fit. I think that's the aim. And what happened was we had a bit of a misunderstanding, or at least I did something wrong. And from an ethical point of view, I like to be strong on my ethics. Let's see if you do the same. So I bid statement, and the next hand doubled for a club lead. Partner bids 2 diamonds, which in our system says I haven't got a 4 card major and I have a club stop. So basically it means that I can still look for 3N without having a club stop myself. So we have a club stop, but that's actually not great. Partner hasn't got a fit, and partner's values are in clubs. So that's not great for us, I think, because obviously, let's imagine partner's got king, queen, 10x of clubs or something. Well, you can only lead towards them once. So it's not great. Even if you do get a club lead, they might duck a trick, I don't know. So there was some club holdings where partner might not be able to set their second club trick up. For example, king, queen to 4. If they lead a club at trick 1 and don't supply the ace, you might not get one. Anyway, over this, on the way up in the car, we said 2 diamonds over the double shows a club stop, and if you haven't got a club stop, you pass, and so on. And something in my mind when we'd agreed to reverse Smolin if you haven't got a club stop. So Gizzy thought for a while before bidding 2 diamonds. And so I'm going, okay, brilliant. Remember, Steve, reverse Smolin. And then he bids 2 diamonds and I bid 3 hearts, which the way it's gone shows 5 spades and 4 hearts. I'm like, oops. And I don't go oops yet. I at the moment, I think I've done the right thing. And then partner jumps to 4 spades. I'm like, all right, okay, something's gone wrong here. He can't have 4 spades. He's denied 4 spades. Oh, okay. And then I work out that I've gone wrong. But I work out I've gone wrong because his bid doesn't make sense with what I think I've shown. So I remember in the car that we do Smolin one way round if he shows a club stop and the other way round if he doesn't. And this is complicated system stuff. You know, you have these agreements with people and only in this situation does this apply and so on. So I now have a dilemma. Ethically, what can I do? Well, 4N's key card for spades. And am I allowed to know that we've messed up? I think I am, you know. I think I am. And usually I will punish myself or punish my partner if one of them has done wrong. But I think his bid that is an impossible bid for what I think I've shown, makes me aware that I haven't shown what I actually have. So I think I'm allowed to do this. And now what do I do? Well, playing in 4 spades might be wrong. Spades might be 5-1 or something. It's a 4-3 fit, and maybe they force you in clubs at someone. So don't really want to play in 4 spades. And I still think Slam's got play. And I'm like, so I shrugged and bid 5N. There's a chance Gizzy's got 5 diamonds. There's not, you know, there is a slim chance he's got 5 diamonds. There is a chance he might work out that I've done the wrong thing and might offer 6 hearts. And then there's a chance that maybe 6 spades makes on a 4-3 fit, or he actually has 4 spades and he's denied. Maybe he's got 4 low spades or something. You don't want to show them. I don't know, but because I don't know. It's nice to have this 5N bid in your locker. So I bid 5N. He bid 6N, Gizzy's club holding was ace, queen, 10x, and the reason he was thinking over 2 clubs was because he was thinking of redoubling, which we worked out. I think it makes 1540 or something. So actually scores better than the 1470 we made. So there's the full hand. We made 1470 because King Doubleton spades on side. You take a spade finesse, and then when you play the ace later on, the king falls. So that was a good board for us. Obviously, we've beaten those in 6 hearts, and maybe bidding 6 NSs, 6 hearts is what won us the match. I think it's pretty much a draw after that, and it's a draw full of mistakes. I will not, although Gizzy might come underneath, I will not explain my bidding to 5 spades where I did something a bit weird. So I'm not going to do that because I don't think it's instructional. But we're going 1 match to go. Let's just try and win it just to end the day on a high. So you've got this hand, and this is Gizzy's hand. His hand is ace queen to 4, king queen to 5. Go for it, yeah, go for it. Ace queen to 4, king queen to 5, queen third stiff. And the bidding before it gets to Gizzy has gone 3 clubs, 3 spades from your partner, 5 clubs on your right. And you are unfavourable. You have a very easy 5 spade bid here. I don't think having 1 key card is bad. Having 1 key card probably means you can't just jump to 6. And a singleton club, you're probably off a club trick and a red ace maybe. And if you're not, maybe partner can raise sometimes. So I think you've got an easy 5 spade bid, and that's what you bid. And then it goes pass, and partner raises to 6 spades. Pass, you pass. Now you know what's coming now, because otherwise there wouldn't be much to this hand. It now goes 7 clubs by the 3 club opener. 7 clubs at favourable, and this goes pass, pass. So what's partner's pass? Well, if you're not aware of these things, this is a forcing pass. You have bid clearly a making, or at least you bid a slam to make unfavourable. So when you pass here, you say, I'm interested in going on. And the agreement is, especially at the 7 level, when they sacrifice in 7, your partner is showing you when they pass 7 clubs that they have a void, or first round club control, and then maybe the ace. And you now have to decide whether to double 7 clubs or to bid 7 spades. I don't think there's anything else. They're the 2 options you've got, double or 7 spades. You can't pass. There's no way 7 clubs is making. If your partner is raising to slam and you've got what you've got an outside trick to beat 7 clubs. So 7 clubs isn't making, that's not the problem. You need to decide to double if you don't think you're making 7 spades and bid 7 spades if you do. Now, there is a very good chance that 7 clubs is cheaper than 6 spades. Okay, so they might have already done a good thing. So doubling 7 clubs might not necessarily get you a good board if 6 spades is making. So if you think you're going to bid 7 spades, you need to be bidding it. Now, you think, oh, partner's got first round club control, I'll bid it. You know, they must have something. But the problem with partner is they didn't, over your 5 spades, investigate grand. So they've got a narrow range. They have first round club control. They have maybe some expectation that grand is making. Maybe they're 5-5. Maybe they have a second suit or something. They won't just be like 5-4-4-0 or 6-4-3-0. I don't think. They're probably going to have some expectation because of how many things you've got in the red suits that they're too suited. Because imagine if partner's got king jack to 6, 4 hearts and 3 diamonds. If they have the ace of hearts and ace king of diamonds and king to 6 spades and a void club, they would have probably investigated 7 over 5. And so they can't have some of the lay down hands. So now the hands you need your partner to have are something like ace doubleton heart and ace king to 5 diamonds and the king of spades. I think even that partner might have with a first round control of bid on. So at the time when Gizzy put dummy down, I thought, he's got, maybe he has a 7 spade bid. I actually don't think he does now, because I don't think he can construct a hand where 7's making that I don't make a move over 5 spades. I think so. I need pretty much. I suppose the only hand is when I haven't got the king of diamonds, but he has enough heart discards. For example, if I've got ace I need to have 7 spades. I think I need to be 7-3-3-0 for you to for me to have a hand where you can make 7 and I'm missing a diamond card. And again, it's very specific. So yeah, I think I've convinced myself, having talked it through, that maybe he doesn't. Anyway, it makes a good bridge. We'd already bid 2 slams in the set. It makes for good discussion at dinner. And at the Great Northern, we lost it out effectively on the very last board. We were winning the match until the very last board, and we lost the event by 2 VPs. Here, we were 17 VPs off the leaders. If we'd won this match 20-0, we'd have won the event. Or at least come joint first, we might have lost it on a tie or something. So we were in there with a shout, but we didn't deserve it today. We lost 3 matches, and I don't think any of the matches were... The only one was when they fluked their way into a 6 spades, and they won that particular match on that bid. So, yeah, lots of slams today. There's grand slams and slams everywhere, but yeah, maybe when you're constructing hands where 7 makes and I haven't bid something over 5 spades, there's a very thin bracket for that to be the case. So this is the hand Gizzy played against Martin and Justin, and I rarely put hands my partner play in these videos because, well, they're not as good as me. That's not true. I generally focus on hands I've played because I know what I was thinking while I was playing it, and obviously talking about the thought processes that go on here are what potentially help you if you like these videos, and obviously that's what you like and that's what I know. But here it's very clear what partner was thinking. Partner did very well in this hand. He got a pretty good board here for making 3-0 trump, so he does make it. And South opens 2 diamonds. Gizzy bids 2N, which I think is fine. I think if you had King Doubleton Diamond, maybe there's an argument for doubling. Maybe you've got like a 4-card major now. But King to 3, you can probably hold up and block the diamonds, sort of thing. And I raise to 3M, and they lead the 10 of diamonds. Now, there's an argument I could have looked for a 4-4 spade fit. I decided not to, and it doesn't actually matter. There isn't one, but probably I should have done. And they lead the 10 of diamonds. Now, this looks like a top of double turn. So if South's got ace jack to 6 diamonds, what we need to do at trick 1 is either duck completely or play the queen of diamonds. What we can't do is play small to the king, because then South has all these running diamonds. So Gizzy played the queen of diamonds. It forces South to take the ace, and now there's no possibility. It gives you control of the diamond suit. If South ducks this, then you've got 2 diamond tricks. So South has to take it, and South plays a diamond back. And because we're not close to making... 12 tricks or anything, we're going to duck this, but let's just quickly count our tricks. So far we've made 0 tricks. We're going to make a king of diamonds is 1, ace king of spades is 3, ace of hearts is 4, and ace king of clubs is 6. So we've only got 6 tricks off the top, and even if we find the queen of clubs, we need something else to be right. So we're going to duck this just to kind of keep control, make sure that North doesn't have 3 diamonds or something. And then they play another diamond. We win the king. North encourages spades, and North's got some spade honours, and we discard a heart from dummy. Maybe we need the 4th round of spades. Now that North's own a spade, maybe the 4th round of spades puts North under some pressure later. It doesn't really matter what we throw from dummy here, but it might have done. And now we decide how we're going to make it. So we need to find the queen of clubs, and we need potentially to either get a heart finesse correct, or some sort of, maybe South's got a stiff jack of hearts or something, in which case we can force a second heart trick or whatever. So which way are you going to play the queen of clubs? Well, if the king of hearts is on side, that gives South the king of hearts. That means almost certainly they're not going to have the queen of clubs. So South's probably only going to have one of the 2. So maybe you take the heart finesse first, and if North has the king of hearts, maybe South's got the queen of clubs, because we know North's got some spade value. So that's one possibility. But Gizzy just decided that he's going to play safe, and he's not going to ever risk South getting in. And he played a club to the ace, and I think he ran the 10, but it isn't, I've got the pips wrong here. And South played the queen. So Gizzy got that right. I might have got that wrong. Maybe I would have risked playing a club to the 10 or something, because if North's got queen to 4 clubs, you need to, you can make 4 club tricks, but you need to do some early finessing. So anyway, we're now in a position where we're up to 8 tricks. So this is the magic number. We have 8 of the remaining, not quite 9, but we have 8 of the remaining 10. So it's not quite a squeeze zone, or is it? We sort of will get like a strip squeeze here. This is what Gizzy ended up doing. But what we're going to do is just get a quick count of what's going on here. So we're going to play club and club. And North's shown a heart, South's shown a heart and a diamond. What's going on now? Well, South's shown up with 8 cards in the minors and a heart, and they've probably got at least another heart. You can't imagine that North has signalled spades when they've got King Jack 2, 5 hearts. Maybe they wanted a heart through, potentially more than a spade. So maybe South's got the Jack of Hearts or the King of Hearts. We don't quite know yet. So before we take the heart from this, what we're going to do is we're going to play Ace King of Spades and see what's going on. We can't afford to duck a spade because South might win it. So we're going to do that now. So we're going to play spade. South plays the 8. We can't run this. We can't duck this because there's still a lower spade than the 8 out. So we win the king. There it is. And then we play a spade back. North plays a 10. We win the ace. And South discards. Ooh. Now what you should be doing at this point here is counting the hand. What is South's shape? Because once you've worked out South's shape, you can then work out North's shape. South has 1 spade, some number of hearts we haven't seen, like guaranteed 1 spade, guaranteed 6 diamonds, guaranteed 2 clubs. So South was initially 1, 4, 6, 2, which means North has initially 5, 5, 3, 2, 3. Okay, so what can we do in this case? Well, we're still relying on where the King of Hearts is. However, we have a 100% line to take wherever the King of Hearts is. What are North's remaining 4 cards? They are 2 spades and 2 hearts. So whatever the heart position is, North is going to have to play a heart when you throw them in with a spade. So it's like we have strip squeezed them. It's effectively a squeeze without the count. We squeeze North into discarding down to only a few enough spade winners, so that if they have the King of Hearts, they're going to be end played. So we're going to play our spade. I'll just show you the whole hand. We're going to play a spade, small, spade, spade. North can cash a spade, but now it's to play a heart into the ace queen, and we make our 9 tricks, which is a decent board. I think there's a lot of people in the field who aren't good enough to find that. There's a lot of people in the field who got the clubs wrong. There's a lot of people in the field not bidding game. There's a lot of people in the field not opening 2 diamonds. So just making a game here where it is called, you can always get this end play, this strip squeeze. You can, even if they don't lead a diamond, you can always get it. If they lead a spade, you can just play a diamond and duck a diamond yourself and get the same end play. As long as you get the clubs right is the important thing. But well done, Gizzy. You counted the hand, worked out that wherever you'll notice that if South's got the King of Hearts, the same thing happens because you've got a complete count of the hand. You can afford to throw North in. It's a lot more difficult if North bears the King of Hearts. It's a very difficult thing to envisage that early, but if North keeps enough spade winners, you can't throw them in. And now you have to decide whether South has the King of Hearts or whether you're going to drop North's King. And that's a lot tougher. That's a very deep defence to find at trick 3, which is when North threw their spade away. So I'm not sure they're ever going to find that, but maybe a top-level player might. But well done, Gizzy, for making it. It got us a good board in a match. We didn't win.
So Future Steve has already gone through the hands that Gizzy made 3N on an end play. So well done to my lovely, lovely partner. And another hand from this match. Again, I could have done many. Another hand from this match was yeah, that's me being 1p. There was the other hand from this match is where my partner ends up in 6 diamonds. So you get to 6 diamonds on this hand. I don't know whether I do the bidding. I guess I just don't do the bidding. I've not got time. I'll go back to rush off for dinner. So you get to 6 diamonds on this hand. Again, another slammy bid, and you get 6 diamonds on this hand, and they lead the Queen of Hearts. Now, Dummy has shown effectively what they've got roughly, and you've shown almost your exact shape. So there's no deception there. They know roughly what you've got. They can see Dummy, and they know you've got 5 clubs, 4 diamonds, and probably 3 spades. When you show up with the heart at trick 1. So you delete the Queen of Hearts, your ace wins, and now what do? What are the lines to make it? Well, obviously if diamonds are 4-1, you're almost certainly in trouble, let's say. There might be some 4-1 breaks you can pick up, but what's your aim to make this now? If the Queen of Hearts lead is a bit risky, like why have they the Queen of Hearts? That's Dummy's suit. Like, they could just be giving
you know, if they've led from Queen Doubleton or Queen Singleton, they could just be giving the ghost up as well. So maybe they've got Queen Jack to 4 or 5, and maybe they're expecting partner to ruff this. So I don't know. If heart to 5 1, it's very risky to ruff a heart at trick 2. But what other line have you got? You can't set the clubs up. There aren't any spades to set up, but you need to set something up. You can't just cross off the whole hand, I don't think, because can you cross off the whole hand? Maybe you can. So maybe it's a choice between setting the hearts and cross offing the whole hand. I actually don't know what a better line is, but I wasn't playing it, thankfully. Gizzy took a long time over this, and eventually at trick 2 roughed the heart, and then he cashed 2 top diamonds and everything broke, and he just kind of said, oh, this is brilliant, and then he crossed back to dummy and roughed 1 more heart. They ended up being 3-3, but effectively he's guarded against a 4-2. I think he would struggle if they were 5-1, but I think he's okay. If the hand that over roughs him has 3 diamonds, he might be okay if they're 5-1 as well, the way he went. So I actually quite liked his line, but I think you might have to rough a heart at trick 2, because you might need the entries. You effectively need, you don't have many entries to dummy. You can't use too many club ruffs as entries, because you might start losing chump control. But yeah, I think we did well to bid that. Like, basically I decided that if Gizzy hadn't got good diamonds, that 3N was struggling anyway, that we haven't got a fit other than diamonds, and so if Gizzy's diamonds were like Queen 10 4th or something, I'm like, well, we're not got a good board anyway. So I kind of drove to slam, and we were lucky that it made, I think. But because Gizzy has shown a good hand, he's going to have some values, and I think if you had maybe really bad diamonds, maybe incorrect to 6N or something, I don't know, but I mean that wouldn't have made either. So we did well to get 6 diamonds. It's surprising that we bid 2 making slams and we are losing the match, because that doesn't usually happen in these fields. But the 3rd slam you're about to see was not making. We just played the lovely Martin Taylor. Shout out to Martin, because he does watch these videos. And I could have probably made a video of the whole match and got an hour's worth of stuff out of this. I think it was some really interesting things. We bid 3 slams, and then one of them is sacked in 7 clubs, and I made a forcing pass, and Giddy bid 7 spades, and I think I might give you that as a decision. Actually, you might have already seen it. Actually, yeah. If I'm going to do it, Steve, if you're going to do it, Steve, do it ahead of this. So maybe you'll see it, maybe you won't. But yeah, so we're done for the day, and you may have seen some of the hands already. But yeah, there was some really good hands in that match. Starting off with partner and playing them to make 3N for a top, and then we bid 6N for a top, and then we bid 6 diamonds for a top, and we lost 17-3. So I don't understand that. I think there's a score that's gone in wrong, and they needed 1 more VP. If we lost 18-2, they would become joint first, and they might have won it on the tiebreak actually. I think they might have beaten the pair that's currently leading. So I mean, we lost 3 matches out of 9. We didn't deserve to win. I think there were too many matches where I came back thinking there was something I could have done better, and I'm being picky. I think sometimes things I could have done better are picky things, but there was too many of them. So we weren't stellar today or yesterday. I mean, we were first in 2 separate occasions. We were first, but just not where it mattered at the end. And we lost 3 matches. We can't deserve any more than that. All right, so I'll be back tomorrow to film the Swiss teams. We are teaming up with Julia and Rob. They've not had the best of days, but they're still smiling, which is always a nice thing to see. They're still smiling. So we're going to go and get a meal. I'm on a stupid diet, so at least at a restaurant, I can probably get a full meal's worth out of it. But, and then we'll be back for some teams for the next video you see.